Right, so here we go. Buenos noches and welcome to the Riyadh Air Metropolitano in the Spanish capital, where El Derbi Madrileño once again takes center stage in one of football's most iconic cities. Valentine's Day in Madrid, but forget flowers and chocolates. Tonight it's passion, rivalry and 90 minutes of pure tension. Red and white against white and gold. Atlético Madrid versus Real Madrid. These two met last season in a snowy Week 3 clash, and it was Atletico who came out on top, capitalised on a rare mistake from former Athletic keeper turned Real number 1, Thibaut Courtois. That memory still lingers for the Belgian. As it stands, Atletico sit 5th after a saving victory over Bayern Munich last week. A 21-minute Alexander Sørloth hat-trick did the damage. The Norwegian now up to 12 goals this season and firing at just the right time. Across the city, Real Madrid are steadying themselves. Back-to-back wins since the bruising night, when Phil Foden ran riot. Kylian Mbappé remains relentless. His match-winning double last week takes him to 17 Ultimate League goals, just 3 shy of Erling Haaland in the race at the top. Let's take a look at the teams. 3 notable additions to the bench tonight. New signing Ademola Lookman joins returning faces Thiago Almada and Robin Lenormand as Simeone bolsters his options. Marcos Llorente, the man who scored the goal last year, is also in right back. Real Madrid look different under interim boss Alvaro Arbeloa. Jude Bellingham is silent with a hamstring strain, while Rudiger isn't fit to start. Youth and rotation shape the 11. Franco Mastuano comes in, Real Asensio features to the back, and Camavinga anchors midfield. Trent Alexander-Arnold returns to the squad after persistent ankle issues. So the table's tight, the city's split, the tension's real. Whatever the day, whatever the occasion, there's only one thing we truly love: football. Enjoy your Valentine's Day feast, everyone, because it's game on in Madrid. Madrid get the ball rolling, and suddenly Atletico back in to contention here. Emiliano Simeone, and too heavy for Alexander Sørloth to carry. There's Dean Royston, his first Ultimate League season, and has been proving pretty well at the back, actually. Also managed to score against Lazio in Week 9. Aragula chips that for Franco Mastuano. His second game in this right winger role. Dragodoso signed for Real Betis. Here's Pablo Barrios into Marcos Llorente. Bayern. And Cardoso blocked by Valverde. Here's Raul Asensio. Strong show from Atletico so far. The 2-man midfield for Real Madrid did wonders last week, both sending up Kylian Mbappé against Newcastle, where they came from behind to win 2-1. Atletico did much better. A 4-2 win over Bayern Munich to sit high and pretty in 5th. Big win for Real Madrid tonight, though, and they will leapfrog them. Here's Aragula. Mbappé and Jimenez gets there just before the French will have to do that. A lot of that. Lovely play from Real Madrid again. Valverde sends Alvarez. Here's Simeone back to Mbappé. Frenchman on Frenchman connection. Here's Vinicius Jr. You know, this stadium hates him. Into Carreras. Mbappé once again working with link-up play. Manages to get some space into the box. It finds Arda, and the shot is well blocked by Mark Pubil. Santuano up against Hanko. Simeone and Camavinga. The first shot of the match is also the first big save for Jan Oblak. I've just realised, what the hell is that dress set for Alvaro Arbeloa? In comes the ball and cleared by Atlético Madrid. Alex Bayern keeping Antoine Griezmann out of the squad. Well, out of the starting 11. He'll most likely feature in the second half. Always tends to do. Did pretty well in his last primetime appearance, to be fair. Came off the bench and assisted the only goal of the game, which was scored by Giuliano Simeone, who we've yet to really get much of an appearance by. Passes on in 15. Arda, dispossess. Athletic in midfield, there they go. Out towards Mbappé. Keeps that away towards Santuano. Mbappé, good feet, brilliant. Cleared by Jimenez in the nick of time. Real Madrid looking ever the more threatening with each attack. Barrios. Here's Julian Alvarez now towards Marcos Llorente. Further and further into midfield here. Sørloth has a chance and it's mainly given away to Dean Huijsen. Mbappé. Vinicius. And a big block by Llorente, sending out for a Real Madrid corner. Thought Vinicius was going to stay there, you know, go short. Gula delivers his second of the match. And it's still the same result, clear by Athletic. Simeone gets ahead of Alvarez, but it's a poor pass by Carreras. They're going. Very panicky possession. Barrios into Julian Alvarez, got Llorente on the overlap. Can they work their way into the final third? No, they cannot. And just like that, Real Madrid can hit on the counter. Vinicius. Cardoso. Barrios. Oh, hesitant play here. Athletic, they keep going back and forth for no reason. Simeone. Here's Alvarez to Cardoso, looking for Bayern to get a little bit of space. He'll get it there. Corner of the box though, and immediately surrounded by white shirts. We'll find a window here with Barrios. This is Simeone now, up against Carreras. Yeah, I'd say that's better. Here's Sørloth, and again Huijsen. Tremendous work. Now, what can Real Madrid do? It's been a real boring game as of late. Needs to be picking up in the second half, but it is a derby. You know, it is tense. We should have expected this. Here's Simeone driving forward. To Santuano. It's score in the Ultimate League. Could tonight be the night? It'd certainly be helpful. And, well, a big game as well in their season. Mbappé. Vinicius. Here's his Carreras. Into Mbappé. Here's Camavinga! Through the crowd, through the net, through Athletic Arts. It's 1-0 Real Madrid. I don't know what the camera angle was, but we'll keep it. Mbappé. That's his assist collection for the season. Never mind goals. And then Ronald Camavinga, second start since coming in for Jude Bellingham. He's unleashed a strike. Well, the former player that managed to get third place in the Ballon d'Or. 1-0. An assist last week, a goal this week. Ten minutes before half time, the deadlock is broken, and it is a very unhappy crowd, minus a small section at the top right, top left. Sørloth. Cardoso. Oh, Bayern slips through the gap, and immediately we are level. That is his 7th of the season, and I don't think there's been any that have been bigger. Slips past the Real Madrid captain Valentine, not really leading by example, and it's lifted far into the net. Courtois, no chance. Game on again. Finally it works. I did not take long to respond. It's a swift reply from Atletico. This game's exploded into life all of a sudden. Can they keep it that way? Here come Real Madrid. Master Tuono now. Over behind Cole, gets a bit of separation. And Johnny God also muscles away Simeone. Has green grass ahead of him. Here's Mapubal. You know, they look to form a three-man midfield, it looks like, Atletico, when they have the ball. Bayern. Looking for Alvarez, back to Cardoso, man again, back to Bayern, and he's in again! And if not for Thibaut Courtois being 6 foot something, this really could have been 2-0. He also had Sørloth available. I'm not sure if he would have been onside. Maybe with the right pass he would have been. But it's a corner to Atletico. In it goes. Back it goes by Jimenez into Julian Alvarez. Great turn. Back to Barrios. And the free shot on Martin inside the Real Madrid box. And again, Courtois' long limbs prevents it from being 2-1. Alvarez delivers. Jimenez! And a trifecta of saves for Thibaut Courtois. Not giving up another goal that easy. Here's Mbappé now, as he prances through the Atletico team. Stopped by Jimenez. Cardoso. Here's Sørloth. 1 minute stoppage time looks to come and go here. Maybe something at the end. Cardoso's got to make work of it, and he does. Here's the Bayern, but immediately Valverde wins it, and there you go. So we've had 35 minutes of practically nothing. And then all of a sudden, 10 minutes of let's just throw haymakers to see who comes out on top. Excuse me. Let me just. That was sorry, viewers. I've been battling a bit of a cold over the week, but I will be fine. Don't worry. Anywho. So 45 minutes gone. It is 1-1 in the Madrid derby. Dean Oyston, definitely man of the match. I would definitely say that. Johnny Colossal as well. Really impressive. And he adds on to it with an assist to Alex Bayern, who's gone big in critical situations for Atletico this season. So I can see the match facts here. 5 shots to 3, 0.9 to 0.7 on the XG scale. And that's about your lot. Let's see who comes out on top. Let's see who gets the bragging rights in the second half. No changes, it looks like. Simeone. That's to Cardoso. This is Barrios, and immediately Alvarez being played through. Bad to Bayern. Could line up another shot, and he will, but it's gone off the wrong foot. It's gone for his wrong side, and no troubling Courtois there. Strong showing though to start the second half. Oh! Alvarez! Valverde outsmarted him there. Takes the ball away from the Argentine. And we'll get him in the book, which they could exploit later. And we are going to have our first substitutions actually. So Adagula gets replaced by Dani Ceballos. That is an interesting one. What was interesting is Arbeloa's dress choices. Is Mbappé. Mastantuono. Haven't seen him delivering much in the box. Back towards Mbappé. Quick feed back to Ceballos, his first touch of the ball. This is Camavinga. They're circling like sharks. Simeone looking for Vinicius. And bullied off by Mark Pubel. Llorente. Here's Alvarez, and again, not the best game, the Argentine. Missed a penalty last week as well, but he did score. The one that would seal the win over Bayern Munich. Camavinga. Here's Mbappé. And still Mbappé! Shot was rising, and he needed a top-class keeper to stop it. Enter Jan Oblak. Now Atletico immediately on the counter here. Simeone, look at all that space ahead of him. Chips it for Alvarez in the box, and isn't the guy like 5'7"? Here's Llorente. Can they capitalise on the momentum here? Bayern. Cardoso. Barrios. Alvarez. Onside! Oh! Oh, no, he was not. No, he was not. No. My apologies. Oh, but it was really close. Goes a half a second too early. And Real Madrid's high line pays dividends. Still, not like it would have gone in or changed the game. Oh! This could though. Valverde giving it straight to Alex Bayern. And he's well for it there, but he's not really had the best showing as of late. Also was the one that got caught napping for the goal. Chip forward. Looking for Sørloth from Alvarez. And again, Valverde. Good skill. Keeping that with Real Madrid. Valverde, oh my god, Bayern wanted to actually kill his ankle there. Hanko wins it back. So it's questioned by both sides as we head past the hour mark. Julian Alvarez. On he goes. Llorente. Sørloth, brilliant. Alvarez! Oh, he had to score there. And he was onside this time. That was such a brilliant move from Atletico Madrid, and it needed a goal. Well, maybe you turn to the veterans here. And Real Madrid will turn to their new signing, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Well, summer signing. Here he is. Koke on for Atletico Madrid. Mr. Atletico. Captain Atleti. As he is known. Barrios. Here's Llorente. Here's Sørloth. Just a bit too far offside. I'm surprised he was offside in that position. We're going to make another change. Rodrigo on for Massatuono. Not even a year ago in real life, and he did score that brilliant goal against him in the Champions League. I was having less fond memories of that time. As are we all. Mbappé. Vinicius now. Got green grass ahead of him. It's not going to help if you're offside, mate. Oh, just that little dart backwards by Llorente. Made all the difference. And again, the subs are coming thick and fast here. Sørloth off. Who cannot capitalise on the momentum of his hat-trick. And, yep, like I said, on comes Antoine Griezmann. In his striker role. Griezmann. Here's Alvarez. I have a feeling that Griezmann would have come on for Alex Bayern had he not scored. And here's usually what does happen. Rodrigo. Oh my word, what is that? Unbelievable from David Heinko. Alexander-Arnold is in midfield, I've just realised. He replaced Eduardo Camavinga, the goal scorer. Was it Simeone? No, it was Camavinga, yeah. Which is very, very weird. What do you take of the guy that's giving the goal? I don't know. Simeone. Vinicius knocks it down for Correas. Vinicius. And there's Simeone dancing down the sideline. That's a Barrios. This is Koke keeping it in Atleti's grasp. 20 minutes to go. Time to really lock in now for both sides. And Alvarez won't do much. Vinicius. Ceballos. Here's Griezmann. Not really much help there. It will work it down the right hand side nevertheless. Llorente back into Barrios. Needs one quick pass. Really impressive though for Real Madrid so far. As they keep Atleti at bay. Here's Barrios trying to go through two of them. And immediately loses the ball. And suddenly... Nope. Brilliant from Koke. Griezmann now. Koke back to Alvarez. Barrios could line up another shot and he will, but it doesn't even get off the ground. Now Real Madrid. Vinicius. Over the top for Mbappé. Can he get there? Oh, what a beautiful interception there by Marc Bumo, stopping the Frenchman in the nick of time. That is an unreal defensive contribution. Asensio has just hit the bar with a bullet header. Where did that come from? Oblak was beaten. That would have been some goal to win the derby. One more sub requested for Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. 10 minutes remain now, and Jimenez is giving the ball straight to Mbappé. That is not a word you want uttered. Rodrigo, Mbappé! But Jimenez, I think, made up for it. He may have bowled Mbappé over, but I think he's got the ball beforehand. And on comes Ademola Lookman. His Atletico Madrid debut. Off goes by another goal scorer. Vinicius delivers again. This was flicked on by Asensio, looking for his centre-back partner in Dean Huijsen. That's won by Simeone. Real Madrid looking to be the better of the sides at the minute. Simeone back to Alexander Sørloth, keeps it with Los Blancos. But immediately given away by Dani Ceballos. Griezmann. Simeone now, back to Griezmann. There he goes. So a chance here for Atletico. They're working well. Edge of the box down towards Lookman. This is Koke. We have to see what Ademola can do with Atalanta. A bowling decision by them to release their best player when they're in the relegation zone. But what do I know? I'm just commentating. I think I'm struggling to break this Real Madrid team down. Alvarez. Looking for any final pass. And Koke just sat there dawdling on the ball as Simeone says, thank you very much. It's the final 5 now. Past 88 minutes. Simeone. There's too much backwards passing in my opinion in this game. Rodrigo. Mbappé chips it for Rodrigo again. It'll get away from Anko. Is there a late chance here for the Real Madrid? It goes to Mbappé. Here's Alexander Sørloth. He jumps away from it. We're in 2 minutes stoppage time. 1 is already gone. Ceballos. Simeone. Someone shoot! Valverde now. In it goes. Away by Pubel, and that'll do it. Well, that was quite, yeah, not really my favourite game to commentate. But it is a point for both sides, a point that they will both appreciate. Granted, how much they wanted to beat their rival. It ends 1-1 here, with 2 goals, 2 minutes apiece. Atletico Madrid 1, Real Madrid 1 is your final score. 7 shots to 6. 1.7 or 0.7 actually, is that? Oh well. Your man of the match is going to be Johnny Cardoso. Okay. I mean, he kept up his magnificent bit of play from the first half. Ronald Asensio would have been the one to win it for Real Madrid. So we'll make those changes immediately. And let's see how that does, which, by the way, will have all 3 matches from Sunday because I will not be able to do those on the day. So right now that puts Atletico into 4th. They leapfrog Arsenal just for the time being. Arsenal do have the Serie A champions Napoli away on Monday. Meanwhile, Real Madrid, they currently sneak into the top 6. Now, can anyone overtake them? Actually, no. The furthest team down is Chelsea, and the highest they can get is 11th. They can play on Monday. So, yes, that will be how they both finish a 4th split for the season. 4th monthly split. Not really seen many games where we've seen Mbappé get shut out in, but he did notch his 9th assist of the season with a goal to Camavinga, which, by the way, incredibly well taken. And that should conclude our festivities here. We hope you enjoyed your Valentine's Day feast, granted how mediocre it was. And we'll see you guys next week.